Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's tutorial we are going to be cutting and sewing this two-in-one sleeve. So this is a bell sleeve with a slit on the outside and it has an inner fitted long sleeve. So if this is something that interests you, make sure you watch the video to the end. Don't also forget to like, share and subscribe, and also turn on your notification bell to get notified whenever I post helpful tutorials like this. Now with no further ado, let's get into the video and start learning. To cut out the lace, which is the inner part of this sleeve, I'm going to be using a basic long sleeve pattern. So I have already folded my lace into four like this to be able to cut out the two sleeves at once. And this pattern measures 22 inches while my long sleeve is around 23 inches. So I'm going to be adding that and also add 1 inch for folding the sleeve at the edge. So I'll cut that out now. So you can also just go ahead and cut out a basic long sleeve if you don't have a pattern like this, but I have a tutorial on how to go about this pattern on the channel. I'm going to be linking it here. So to cut out the outer part of the sleeve, which is the belt part of the sleeve, also go ahead and fold your fabric into four like this. If you have a wider fabric, it's also good, but this is just the width that I can get for my remaining fabric. So go ahead and place the basic long sleeve on it like this, and on that center edge make sure you have a space of half an inch at that place. Then you go ahead and pin down the lace part of the sleeve, that is the basic sleeve. So that is to make sure that we have something to join together and to have our slits, that's have an inch. So I'll just go ahead and use my chalk to directly carve out what we have on the cap of the sleeve. Then I'm going to be extending the length, because the length of this outer part of the sleeve is what makes it absolutely beautiful, because it is very long. So I extended mine by 4 inches. Then I'll connect from the end of the cap to the down part of the sleeve of the line that I just created now. So that's just basically it. You can go ahead and cut out your fabric. So once you are done cutting it out like this, then you go ahead to the middle of that Ankara and slit it out like this. You cut it open at the middle. So we are going to have 4 different pieces of that. The next thing is to go ahead and measure the dress that you want to add this sleeve to at the armhole area. Measure what you have around the armhole. Then you are going to transfer whatever you have to the basic sleeve. So you just go ahead and measure what you have on the dress, place it on the cap of the basic sleeve and mark it over there. So I'll also measure what I have around my wrist, divide that into 2 and also place it at the end of my sleeve, and I'll mark it. So I'm going to join those 2 points together now, and I will just go ahead to the sewing machine and sew it down like that. I'll also do the same thing on the other sleeve, and I'll also tape in the end of this sleeve, just make it ready for use basically. Then for the outer parts, which is the bell part, I also went ahead to cut out lining pieces for all the 4 pieces. So I'm going to be picking 2 like this, place them right sides facing each other. After doing that, I'm going to be measuring how long or short I want the sewing to be before the slit will start. So I just want mine to be as 4 inches. If you want your own slit to be less opened, you can go down to as far as 6 inches, 8 inches, but I'll just do 4 inches. So from the top I will sew down to the 4 inches, and I'm also going to be doing the same thing on the lining. I'll sew with half an inch up to 4 inches on both the main fabric and the lining. So after doing that, this is what my main fabric looks like and this is what the lining looks like. So I will just go ahead and place both the main fabric and the lining on each other, making sure they are right sides facing each other. Then I'll go ahead and sew from this middle down to one side like this, and also for the middle down to the other side using half an inch. So I'm also going to do that on the sides of the sleeve, and on the down part I'm just going to close everywhere else except the upper part of the sleeve, which is the cap, and I'm going to be using the upper part to turn it out once I'm done sewing. So when you are sewing this midpoint, you have to be very careful in order not to be having funny looks around that place. So after sewing it, this is what it looks like, and I'm going to go ahead and use my scissors to notch that mid part especially very well. So the notching is very important all around, so that when you turn it over it will look so seamlessly done. So I'm just turning it around now, and this is what I have. So can you see? I'm just going to go ahead now and give this a good press with my iron. After ironing, this is what I have. So see how nice this is. All this thing I'm doing, I'll do it on the other sleeve too, on the other part of this outer sleeve. So take that lace part again, measure what you have around the cap of the sleeve like this, and place exactly what you have on the cap also on this bell sleeve. Then you go ahead and sew it down like that. So the major thing is making sure that armhole side aligns with each other on both sleeves. Then you sew. After sewing and I turned it over, this is what I have. Then the last and important thing now is to feed in the lace into this. So you are just going to bring this and put it inside like this. The lace is already on the right side, so you put it inside and make sure that the seam aligns at the armhole area like this, at the armpit area rather. Then you go ahead and give this a top stitch around to hold both the inner sleeve and the outer sleeve together, so that it can be easy for you to join at the end of the day. So after doing that, this is what it looks like. So can you see how beautiful this is? I'm just trying to test it using my own hand. So that's basically all for the sleeve. This sleeve is ready, and you can now fix it on the dress that you want to fix it on. So I have a tutorial of how I went about this dress on my channel. It's a long bustier blouse with 2 front slits and side slits. So if you haven't seen it and you want to see it, I'm going to be dropping the link in the description box, and I'll also link it somewhere around here. So if you have found this tutorial helpful so far, kindly give it a thumbs up. Don't also forget to drop a comment. I'm always glad when I read feedback from you guys on how helpful the tutorials are. So please drop a comment, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on your notification bell. See you in my next tutorial. Bye.